Hello, I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's inside man. I'm at UKREiiF and I'm with Peter Graham, who heads up the capital allowances team at RSM. So Peter, tell me a little bit about the capital allowances team and what you do.
So the capital allowance team advise businesses in the UK on the tax relief that they get on their building spend. So anything from a refurbishment or an acquisition of a property to building a brand new property for their business. So we deal across all different types of sectors, but specifically focusing on real estate construction businesses.
And what are the hot topics at the moment in capital allowances?
There's been quite a lot of developments in capital allowances over the last few years. I think the government realised that UK capital investment was lagging behind some of their international competitors, and they really wanted to try and give that a boost by incentivising people to invest. So they brought in two different types of tax relief. One was called super deduction, where they give an enhanced tax relief for capital spend. And then in the recent budget they announced that they were extending that and bringing in full expensing, which gives full tax relief for qualifying expenditure for capital allowances purposes, and they've brought that in place for the next 3 years. So it's a real boost to businesses who are investing, because they can get plenty of tax relief from that spend.
And have you got any examples of how you've helped businesses?
Yeah, we've been working quite a lot with a lot of property investors at the moment. We've got one recently where we acted for a property investor in London. They were buying a £50 million office building, and we were brought in specifically to advise just on the capital allowances point on the transaction. And it was just about forensically understanding the history of the property, what had been claimed in the past, and what allowances could be passed on to our client who was buying the property. And as a result of some really good negotiations that we had with the seller, we were able to identify an extra £1 million worth of tax relief over and above what they were offering originally. So really able to add real value. And I think that's something that we're doing more and more, so working with property investors in particular, advising them specifically just on the capital allowances within a property transaction, and driving real value for our clients through that.
And how's the market looking generally here in the Northwest?
Yeah, in the Northwest, things just continue to go from strength to strength. I think if you look at the skyline in Manchester at the moment, there's cranes everywhere. There are schemes coming out of the ground, or it almost feels like on a daily basis. So I think it's very buoyant at the moment. There's plenty going on.
I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's inside man.